Hey, thank you all for joining us again here at Glasses Kingdom. We are back. It's been a while since I've reacted to one of my favorites from Indonesia, DIMAS Senopati. Such a phenomenal classic rock artist, so diverse. He performs and sings and plays and does all these things that makes him a professional at what he does. And today we are going to look. He just released a song 5 hours ago, Kiss from a Rose, an acoustic cover by Seal. Oh, that is going to be a great one because it's an amazing song from an amazing artist and it's going to be covered by another amazing artist. So I can't wait to see what this is going to be. So without further ado, fasten your seatbelts. This baby can really go.
Crayon tower alone on the sea, and you became the light on the dark side of me, and love remained a rock. That's the high, not the feel. But did you know when it snows my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? I compare you to a kiss from a rose on a grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. La da da, la da 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 da, tam ta da da, la da da, la da da. A man can tell you so much he can say, and you remain my power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. To me you're like a gun addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me is that healthy, baby? But did you know when it snows my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? From a rose on a grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the I've been kissed by a rose on a grave. I've been kissed by a rose on a grave. There is so much a man can tell you, so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain. To me you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me is that healthy, baby? But did you know when it snows my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on a grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits A light hits the gloom on the grave.
Wow. There it is. There it is. So amazing. Yes. Absolutely amazing that was. I just love his voice. I love when he pays attention to dynamics. One of the great things, one of the things that I can tell, like if this was the first time I am seeing him, one of the things that I could tell is that this guy sings a lot. And even when he's not performing for your eyes, he's not performing for an audience, you can tell that he sings at his home when he's not in front of a camera, when he's not in front of an audience. This guy sings. He practices. He loves singing. This guy loves his craft, and it's one of the reasons why he's so professional at what he does. He's so convincing. He has a conviction, and I am so happy about another thing that he kept this guitar player. I loved the other one, but somehow it seems like there's a great chemistry with this particular guitar player. I'm not sure if it's because he's blind, why he does so well. All his other senses are like there, but he really does well. These two does well together, and the keyboard player actually adds so much value to the production and to the performance with his parts as well. An acoustic version of a Seal song is done to make anyone proud who is watching at this moment. As I said before, I love that he paid attention to dynamics so well. I love the sections where he used a little bit of falsetto, and it is just so cool and clear and clean and crisp. Really authentic classic rock voice chipped in at certain parts of the song, and I'm like, wow, he knows when to belt a little and not to exhaust the amount of belting that he's doing. He's really phenomenal. I just enjoy his performance always. He also does these little hand gestures, playing parts of the piano parts.
To me, you're like a contradiction that I can deny. Won't you tell me is that happy, baby? But did you know when it snows, my
playing pieces of the piano parts, and also every now and then he chips in with the guitar fingering, playing that imaginary guitar and keyboard. This guy is just something. I just always wait for his next upload, his next performance, because he does so well. And I look forward to them all the time. And I am glad that you all are there with me and you await the next moment when he releases a new song. And of course, a few of you wait for the moment when I react to these songs. And I appreciate you so much for that. And I want to say a big shout out to SF Rose for being on top of things. We were just sitting by the pool a while ago. If you notice, I'm in a hotel room, right? Yes. We went away for Thanksgiving. And while we were at the pool, she was like, you should react to DIMAS. He just uploaded Kiss by Seal. And she had no idea that I was going to jump on it immediately. So I walked away from her at the pool, and I'm like, she's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to react to DIMAS. And she's like, really? Yeah, no, you're not. I'm like, yep, I am. And so when she sees this, she's going to know that this was for me. So thank you so much. Thank you, SF Rose, and thank you to all my members. If there's any members apart from SF Rose that is watching this, big shout out to you. Thank you for being a member of GK, Glasses Kingdom, for however long you have been. Just so you know, I appreciate you loads, especially the fact that you still are there. You still waited while I've been absent from YouTube over a month. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Let me know in the comments what else you would love to see on Glasses Kingdom, and I will do that just for you. Until next time, whatever you do, do it safely, whether you walk, ride, drive, creep, crawl, or fly. Peace.
tell you so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure. like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me is that healthy, baby? But did you know when it snows, my eyes become larger? The light that you shine can be seen. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on a grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on a grave. Yes, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on a grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on a grave. La da da, la da 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 dum tum ta da da. La da da, la da 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 dum tum ta da da. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave.